Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our D&D Thursdays, the Mark of a God campaign. I am your host, PsycheSiren, also known as the Tiefling Cleric Colette, and oh boy, oh boy, do we have a time? Do we? Oh, I'm not gonna take away our historian's job or anything of recounting the last episode, but oh, things are about to get spicy. Also, folks, I will not be streaming tomorrow or on Monday, because I will be out of town. My youngest brother-in-law is getting married, so we're gonna travel back to Arkansas. I know, right? And we're gonna go celebrate with family and have a lovely time, congratulating a new member of the family in. Also, Cassie and Feeney. Oh my god, thank you so much for the subscriptions. With very different messages. Cassie, thank you so much for subscribing for 10 months with the message, "You're the best mommy ever." God dang it. Gosh dang it. Hello, Saber. And Feeny, thank you for subscribing with the message, "Hey, yo, I appreciate that so much." Just short and simple to the point. And thank you so much for 40 months. Y'all, Feeny was one of our first followers, one of the first ones we gave our address to. Which reminds me, if you and your mom would like any homemade goodies as well this year, let us know. We can do a little exchange. But anyway, I hope you're all having a lovely day. Hello, Warrior! Y'all know the drill. Thursdays we type away in chat, but against all reason, we give the party priority to speak. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's certainly an idea. All right, let's go ahead and join them in voice. Certainly they won't be saying anything bad or unsavory at all. Here we go. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. It's going good. It's going good. How's it going?
That's fine. Nothing's
Yeah,
happening
nothing's happening.
Apparently, we're really excited about the fanfic contest. I didn't realize that was a thing. I didn't realize it was a real thing. I thought you were joking about that.
No. The fan fiction contest is something we did like very early on into my streaming career, and people loved it. They wrote one where I was like a patient in an insane asylum, and the nurses I had were all the names of the mods, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, sure, go to your streaming," and I was like talking out of a window.
Oh my god.
It was, I think, did Pixie do that one? Pixie wrote a really good one. Pixie being Bevan's lovely wife. You can catch her over at Roll the Roll as well. And like one person wrote like if my pets came alive and were real kids for a day, what they would say to me. It was so sweet. But yeah, it's a real thing.
I can't wait. This is gonna be great.
You guys are dum-dums.
Dum-dum.
Talking about
You're dum-dum.
because our cat threw it up. So I
Oh,
had to go and clean it up.
that's a mood. We had to take Sunny to the vet today because he'd been throwing up a bit. And it was like clear and mucusy. Sorry, TMI. So it wasn't like normal throw up. And they were just like, "Yeah, just keep an eye on him. Here's the money you owe us." And I was like, "God dang it, dog."
You know what? That sounds like over drinking. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, that's what we think it might be. Thankfully there's no like obstruction or anything in his belly, which is what we were worried about. But yeah, Bevan, will you take it away, please?
Yeah, I guess. I had popcorn in my mouth, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I make popcorn and like have drinks and snacks during D&D, so.
This is my second bowl of popcorn in the past hour.
What kind of
This
popcorn?
is my dinner. Just home style butter popcorn. I'm not. During the day, I'll pop it on the stove because we've
Ooh.
got a wok, so it's easy to pop popcorn in a wok.
Yeah.
Buttery.
Because the seeds fall to the bottom, like the kernels fall to the bottom. All the stuff that pops goes to the top, so you just keep shaking it, and you're good. Anyway, my name's Bevan. I play Corbin Blur. Who do I play? Corbin Blur of the New Legend Blurs.
Aaron Blur.
Uh-huh. Soon to be the head of some sort of magic corps here at the city to help defend it because look, anybody can cast spells. You don't need to be highborn to cast spells, and spell's just a weapon that we're going to use to blow up a bunch of orcs, okay?
Let's go.
Uh-huh. Also, folks, go to Roll the Roll. They're awesome.
Sorry.
Okay. Is that me then? Or no?
Yeah, no.
Hi. Thank you for that wonderful segue. Hi, guys. I'm Diz. I'm sick, actually. Hi. You can find me over at twitch.tv/DizCam where I run the dive, and I haven't streamed a lot lately because I've been freaking sick.
No!
It's fine. We're getting better. You know what? I'm always happy to be here. It's good to hear you guys' voice. We missed some weeks, and I'm really glad to be back. I play that guy down there, the good-looking guy with the brown
fancy.
hair.
Yeah.
He's thank God he's good looking because he's not all that smart. Either way, you guys can find me over at the twitch.tv/DizCam, and I play Luya. Next on to you, Greg.
Hi, I'm Grey Gnarl. I'm a variety streamer. Sometimes I play. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Hi, I play Coldus. Fuck, what is my last name? Coldus Blashore. He is a fighter. He's a tiefling. He is a drug addict, lover, historian. He's many things. And he's cool and the leader of our group. And only sometimes gets dunked on by everybody else. But it's fine, because he dunks back.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say, I'm Batman.
He has been sort of kind of Batman and also Captain America.
Hi, I'm Coldus.
You're
I'm
closer to the
smooth.
Winter Soldier at this point because you're all like, me.
Little bit. Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment. Me. Andy, I believe it's your turn.
I think I'm about to have the least chaotic opening that I've ever had on here. Hi, I'm Super Aninus. You can find me at Super Aninus on twitch.tv, whatever the URL. I don't know things. I'm just hot and have a fat ass. That's why I'm here. Anyway,
Striking! God
steak.
Wait, that's what you're here for?
Fat ass. I want that on a t-shirt. Sorry, go on.
For you. I did all the art of all the people you see talking. No, you're not hallucinating. Their mouths are moving. Technology is fantastic. I play Rose. And yeah, I'm a shitter. There we go.
So much for not chaotic.
No,
That's
that was
awesome.
the
great.
least chaotic.
Yeah. I don't know if it could ever not be chaotic, but least chaotic.
The least chaotic. It was the most put together, which is terrifying.
Yeah, good luck. Hello. My name is PsycheSiren. You've already found me. I don't need a shout out. Don't do it. I play Colette, the cleric who tries to heal by any means necessary and has a date today, so that's gonna be weird. God, she needs help. But yeah, I stream a lot of variety, but as I said earlier, I will not be streaming until Wednesday because my little baby brother-in-law is getting married. I've known him since he was 12. It's weird. Yeah, Teeth, you've known him all his life and as a baby, so I guess it's weird for you too. But it's weird. Anyway, hi, welcome. Thanks for the shout out, Autumn. Take it away, Teeth.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is
Hello,
Teeth Meitner, and I'm here to guide you through this wonderful world
Oh.
that we call Kostoth. Yes, that is the name of that is the in-universe name of the world. So if you're confused, just go along with it. I have experienced something horrific, and that is that yet again, without warning or word, my computer decided to delete a document that I was working on and apparently had not gotten around to saving yet.
No.
So, this is like the 4th time this has happened. So I have checked something on my computer to make sure that if anything is ever deleted for any reason, that it will always create a backup of it. So apparently that is not checked by default for some reason. This should not be a problem moving forward. The reason I bring this up is because it had things in it that were relevant to tonight's session.
Now you're gonna have to wing it with us.
Yes. I am at the end of my rope with stupidity and dumbassery that is Microsoft Word. I'm very close to using
I was gonna say.
Yeah, should we leave? Because
Google Docs.
that's kind of the only thing we do.
Yeah, I was worried. I'm glad you were specific about it being Microsoft because, yeah, we're all dumbassery.
I'm very close to using Google Docs, although I don't think it's as good of a document.
I love Google Docs because I always forget to save
Fantastic.
things. Yeah.
I use it
for
too.
Word.
Yeah.
I prefer Microsoft Word because I think that it's a little bit more intuitive, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I don't care. I'm tired of this stupid thing not remembering to save everything that I've done, and Google Docs will do it. Will do that whether you want it to or not.
Yeah, I've been using Google Docs for like 6 years, and it's never been bad for me, so I highly recommend.
You know what
Oh.
Google did recently? I don't know if you guys noticed it within the last couple of years, but if you're starting to write a sentence and it thinks it knows what you're talking about, it'll just put the rest of the sentence there, and you can just hit tab or right arrow, and it'll just be done. It'll just fill out that sentence, and you can just keep on going. It's kind of a dumb thing. but
Word
it's so
does that
wonderful.
too. So,
Okay.
It does that too. But I'm just about done with it. So anyway, I'm going to have to use my intuition and a little bit of the good old winging it gene.
You mean
that
the
is-
ancient art of bullshittery?
Perhaps. In any case, welcome. Take it away, Caldus.
So, we began last session with Luya and Coldus getting back and being interrogated by Colette about what they had been doing that night. They play coy, keep her off the trail. Colette took her peach and left. Colette asked Rose if the cunnilingus training was going well, and Rose says it is not. Coldus sets up with Luya and Corvin that they can help prepare the troops in both hand-to-hand combat and magical combat respectively. The group disperses and all go to their rooms for the evening. Coldus goes up to Aggie and she asks what has happened to him tonight. She sees the wounds and his rather ragged appearance and shows genuine concern. He explains about the fight with Luya in no certain terms. He dances around the specifics and she expresses her concern about him not fighting for the right reasons. He waxes poetic about the true meaning of strength and what is actually worth fighting for. He expresses that he knows now what he's meant to do and has a stronger conviction because of the last few days. Elsewhere, Colette is very nervous and goes to Rose in order to see if she has any writings about women loving women. Unfortunately, Rose only has a crudely drawn napkin she was given a while ago. Rose shares it with Colette and then gives her advice to be true to herself, and that the two of them are having fun, that they're doing something right. Colette goes to bed and prays to Lucius for good tidings tomorrow. Back in Greenie and Rose's room, Greenie asks Rose if it's still okay that the two of them share the same bed, and the two awkwardly agree that it's okay, and then they rest peacefully. Rose gingerly and awkwardly attempts to interlock hands as they sleep. The following morning, Colette wakes up first out of nerves and finds herself speaking with Rose's mother. Colette asks for advice, specifically how to avoid the fear. She is told that humor, conversation, maybe a little bit of wine would most likely work out well. Colette is referred to take her date to the inn known as the Black Oak. Cora brings a letter addressed to Greenie up to Rose's room. It seems the letter comes from someone who knew her before she was a slime person. They know that I'm still here. They know that I'm still alive, and they are here to collect, she reads. It seems that she owes quite a bit of debt. There's an enforcer going to an inn in the wealthy district known as the Grove. She is to meet them there. Rose offers to tell the others, but Greenie advises to only bring 2 other people. She elects to bring Corvin and Luya, as Colette is too busy worrying about her affairs, and Mew has already left for the day. And Culdus sets about arranging a war council, as well as checking on things with Ulmis and the other cadets that they brought in. He bases himself out of Southwatch for the following affairs. Colette's date, Rial, arrives at the house around 4th bell in a lovely black cocktail dress. There is much awkward excitement as Colette does not know how to react, as she very much underdressed for the occasion, and they decide on going to the Black Oak Inn at the recommendation of Cora. That is where we leave off.
Okay. So, with that in mind, who wants to go first? So we are currently the evening of this, or late afternoon of this particular day. Greenie and Rose are meeting up with somebody. Colette is going on a date. Culdus and Corvin are involved in the war effort in different respective ways. Culdus more in martial training and organization. Corvin is doing something. And I think...
I mean, I think technically right now I'm with Rose.
Yes, I think you're going there with Rose.
Yeah.
But once I'm done with that, it's time to go and find anybody in the army who wants to learn how to shoot explosions out of their...
Yes. And Luya, I don't think had anything that he had explicitly stated he wanted to do, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to do anything.
Luya was part of the Shakedown group.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. So, I'll go down the list. We will start with you, Corvin. What do you want to do with your day?
Oh, we're not going to do Rose's thing right now?
I'm just going in order of like descending because we all are doing stuff, so might as well just... The only logical thing would be to go in order of name.
Would I get to do other stuff other than help Rose do Rose things?
If you want to.
Because if so, it's time to start. What time do we have to do your thing, Rose?
I think it's in the evening. The note should have specific.
It was like 8th bell or something.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, no, Corvin is also... I'm going to pretty much go with Culdus to Culdus's little base. I'm going to decide what part of the base, like what part of his base of operations is my room without asking. And then I'm going to write up a little order that, we can share around that any willing and able soldiers who would like some training in the mystical and arcane arts. You don't have to have any past experience. You don't have to be nobility. You don't even need to be literate. We'll teach you something. And, because look, someone being able to throw an ice knife is better than someone who couldn't do it yesterday. I don't think ice knife is a cantrip. Someone who couldn't cast chill touch is better than someone who, yesterday couldn't do a spell.
Okay, so you head to Southwatch, which is where Caldus has set up his base. You are met with a bunch of people, the stares of people who believe you to be out of place, but you don't pay them any mind. You walk confidently towards the secretary and ask them for a room.
Hello, ma'am. I am Corvin Blair of the New Legiport Blairs. I'm our new magic special counsel here with Caldus Blucher, right? I couldn't remember his last name.
Blucher, yes.
Blucher, and we're gonna get down to business as it is.
I'm so sorry for interrupting, but I love the idea that Corvin has everyone's names written in ink pen, and Caldus' name got smeared because Caldus Blucher.
Caldus
Blogurno.
Yes, Caldus Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Sorry.
Look, I am close friends with Caldus DiGiorno.
Isn't he that delivery guy?
It's not delivery. It's Blogurno.
I'm so sorry for derailing. Anyway.
There are no rails.
Okay. Well, roll a persuasion check.
Let's see if that's something I'm good at. Oh no.
Is it not something you're good at?
I got an 8. Deception, on the other hand, I would have got a bonus on. But I'm not
I need to see some papers. She says with a thick, raspy voice, and a waft of some sort of tobacco-like aroma emanates from her, like an aura.
I don't have any papers because I don't need them, but I do have my nobility's signet ring. Like, I'm gonna do the rich person in an old thing, like hold my hand forward with my ring.
You
Okay.
know who my
You can-
family is.
Yeah, you can roll again with advantage.
All right. Oh, that only rolled 1, not 2. It's weird. Oh, I think I might have it turned off from advantage. All right, well, let's do my second one. 6 and a 3.
Well, that does look very official. However, as it stands, we do not recognize foreign powers as being authority here. You're gonna have somebody to vouch for you, or present me with papers. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Just right there in front of him, like, hey, bitch, poof, like that.
Yeah. Mhm. And then she's gonna hear in her head, like as a whisper, you shouldn't have been so rude to your new boss. And then I'm just gonna walk by, and that's just in her head. Like, I'm not saying that. I'll show you the thing that lets me do that.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Yeah, 1 sec.
You shouldn't be rude to your boss.
I would argue that that's a really good line. I would almost give advantage too.
I mean, that was some solid
That's
setup.
a good line.
Like turning.
Okay, you can roll. You can
invisible.
roll with advantage.
On intimidation, huh? Well, a
Yes.
14 and a 19. I have the same bonus to that, but I didn't roll like Garbo.
Well, the glazed look in her eyes and the disdainful air that she gives off, that air polluted with so much tobacco smoke, suddenly sloughs off like a mask made of hot wax. And she becomes visibly frightened and disturbed, although she can't really place why because she doesn't know what just happened.
But then I'm just gonna go upstairs.
I think it's funny that there's so much magic in this world, you know, and people still get. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Not
it's
most
still-
people can do this kind of. Like,
And it's also just because you can do it doesn't mean the average person will ever see any real magic.
You know, that figures population
That's
size
like-
and all that.
So in our
It's
world,
like oh, I was gonna say like in Star Wars, I get real annoyed that there's Jedi in like every single show and movie because there's only like 1,000 of them at like any given time. Like, why are they
Less.
all over the place? Or less, or it's like in Warhammer, there's 16 quadrillion humans and only about 1 million space marines.
But they're everywhere.
Yeah, but they're
gosh,
everywhere.
Dang it. Well, I was gonna say it's like, you know, there's smart people in the world, but like sometimes you meet someone who's like advanced smart, and you're just like, oh, people like this do exist. I knew they existed. My uncle Saeed was a professor at MIT, like high level. But like, I know him as the guy that gives Christmas presents and gave a present to our dog. So like, you're like, I keep
I
forgetting
get you.
that this level exists in the world, and then you're reminded sometimes. I feel like magic in this world is like that. Like, you know it exists, but you don't encounter like a high level constantly.
Look, I know nuclear power exists. If someone were
Yeah.
to show up with a nuclear reactor in my backyard, I'd probably freak out.
Yeah.
Well, you proceed onward into, well, you kind of suss out where an office would be because they didn't give you directions.
Oh, I can
And-
smell coldness from a mile away. Are you kidding me?
It's been
Just
years.
roll perception.
You know everyone's scent. I hate it.
Perception.
Yeah, for nose perception.
I don't know if it's
Noception.
It is canon.
You said 6?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's so many smells, and that you still have some of the stench of her pipe smoke in your nostrils. So you're not as keenly aware of
I
it.
just can't forget the smell of.
So it takes you about 30 minutes to find him.
That's okay. By that time, I'm gonna uninvisible myself. I did the power move. It's cool.
Okay. Caldus greets you.
Corvin, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. We should fire our receptionist.
Why? What did you do?
She
What did-
didn't want to let me in, but I made it. I'm okay. We don't have to fire her. But I do want to do the power move of invite her up to my office, and then we need to talk about her performance review. But that's not important. The important thing is we have young minds to train. And I guess you have young bodies to train. Yours sounds a lot creepier than mine, though, so that's why I didn't say it.
We have recruits to prepare.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, I'm not much of a teacher.
Hot iron to strike.
Yes, we need to strike all those irons while they're still hot.
We have multiple blades to forge and not a lot of time to do it, so thank you very much for being here.
It's my turn now. We have a lot of wool to spin into golden yarn.
We have a lot of cocks to stroke.
Hey, you're not here, magical voice in the brain.
Corporal, that is out of line.
Ulmus just nods and in shame. Sorry. I am a teenage boy.
What did I
No, you're
return
not.
to?
We're in
You
a
don't
place
wanna
of
know.
dignity. We're in a place of dignity. Save it for the training ground.
Oh no.
But yes, Corbin, if you remember, this is Ulmis, leader of the contingent that we brought with us. Given that his group is the newest group, they have the least bad habits at the moment. I figured they would make an excellent breeding ground for the mystical. I'm losing all of my
So,
fine
first
word
things
skills.
first, don't say breeding ground.
Growing bed. That's what I was. That's a much better way.
Is that better?
They are a wonderful blank slate, ready to be filled with knowledge.
There you go. There it is.
Christ. Then I turned to the guy whose name I've already forgotten, both in real life and in game.
Ulmus.
Yes, Unis Honest. Ulmus.
Yeah, not to be confused with other trademarked copyrighted things.
I have a feeling the two of them wouldn't care that we mentioned their name.
They watch every Thursday.
They do. It's great.
Yeah,
You can just
yeah.
look right there.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark. So, do you have any aspiring magicians in your little entourage, or are they all big ol' dummies?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. We don't have a very large entourage to speak of. Most of our young men got requisitioned and sent to go dig latrines and mend crumbling architecture, stuff like
Yeah, that is kind of important.
that. So we have a small contingent of about 10, myself included.
Oh. Well, it's a good start, but we're gonna need needs to be at least twice as big as that.
So
no,
I
we're gonna need,
I haven't the slightest as to whether or not any of these people, any of my men, have any idea how to do whatever it is you do.
Well, that's okay. All I need is a bit of, and then I clap my hands and sparkles come out of hard work and encouragement. Just like how anybody can cook, anybody can master at least the basics of and I do it again, but bigger sparks, mystical arts.
He nods slowly.
Oh my god.
Ulmis, you've seen firsthand just what Corvin here is capable of. If anyone can teach complete novices in such a short time, I do believe it is them.
Maybe.
And I can train, pretty much everybody. I once taught a 3-year-old how to cast Create Flame.
Is that out of character? Is that true, or are you bullshitting?
I mean, Corvin has taught people, maybe not a 3-year-old, how to create flame, but the idea is, they might have been as smart as a 3-year-old.
They're just
Okay.
making a joke at Colette's expense, and she's not there.
In any case, the young man seems to give it some thought. Well, I'll have to talk it over with Sergeant Faywin, but in any case, my impression is we can spare about probably half of our numbers the rest will have to continue on as traditional soldiers.
Yeah, and Corbin kind of does. Like Corbin literally does want to like sit at their requisitioned desk and write out like the most like not militarily written order, stating that they are doing, they're accepting literally any recruit ever who wants to learn any magic at all. Worst case scenario, they waste 2 days getting a little smarter, not being able to cast magic. Best case scenario, we have a whole bunch of people shooting lasers out of their hands. When I was talking earlier, my speech before we even started was the anybody can learn magic. Magic doesn't belong to the nobility, even though I am an important member of said nobility. I'm there's no need. Look, there's enough magic to go around, is what I'm saying. Other people knowing more magic doesn't make Corvin know less magic.
Ulmus sees the wisdom in your words. Nods to himself again. That said, I feel a bit safer with a spear in my hand than a wand, so I'll leave you to it. And he goes into the heart of the keep.
Cool. This is Corbin's just like walking around looking. So, this is your big old base of operations.
Yes, I'm going to be operating out of here for the time being to get everyone ready as best I can. You can see I have already, I don't know if they've brought it for me yet, but when I first got there, I did ask for a map of the city to use as a battle map so I can formulate where to put crews and where to put groups of soldiers and where to properly set up battlements. I do have a Corvin, at one point you had mentioned having your skeletons set up a trench system.
Well, I mean, they can start digging. There's only like 6 of them. It's gonna take a while. You're still gonna need like normal guys.
Exactly. The idea I had, not the idea, I was more asking for what were your exact specifications for the trench. You had a rather interesting idea.
Okay, so it's gonna be a double trench system.
And as you are going, I am like taking down notes and how to properly explain this to other people so we can get crews working on it.
So Corbin's gonna draw like 2 lines. Like this is the trench system. You don't do any like actual fighting in the first trench. It's kind of like it's like a fool's trench. So you have a whole bunch of spikes at the front of the trench, right?
All
It's a
right.
complete flat drop into that trench. And it's going to be about a meter and a half wide, about 6 feet for the imperial measures, a little less than 6 feet. And then the back is going to be at an angle so that they can retreat back up it. And there's going to be more spikes at the top of the angle, and then it's going to repeat, and then the second one won't have spikes so that it's easier to run out. Because the idea is that you have all your archers and whatnot fighting in the first trench, and like some swords people, whatever, just to defend them in case someone breaks through. And then once they get within 50 feet, you do an orderly retreat back into the second trench, like to the top of this second trench, right? So that now they have to fight up at an angle with you being able to just shoot down and have high ground as they're trying to get towards your second trench. So you have swordsmen at the top of the second trench with archers behind them just shooting over them. So you're essentially trapping them in the first trench, and people up on the battlements can easily shoot down into the trench. It's like a whole thing.
So like shooting fish in a barrel, you know.
Yeah, because they can still get up that, easily walked down trench, but the whole point is it's easier for attackers or defenders to get down into the trench, and it's harder for attackers to get out of the trench.
It would give our men the advantage in that confrontation, which...
As a wise man once said, they will have the high ground. Those orcs shouldn't try it. Especially if you do a spiky shield wall at the top of the first trench so that they're trying to walk up into spikes set into the ground, and then you have a whole bunch of like shield wall up there, and then archers just lobbing arrows over.
Hell yeah.
And then if it comes time to retreat again, the defenders again have an easy slope to run up to retreat, but then all the doors behind them are locked, so you have all these orcs that are slowly walking up a hill, but the doors are locked behind.
I like to imagine the look on Caldus's face finding out Corvin's like extensive knowledge.
He is very satisfied.
Yeah.
Like there is a look of, I didn't think that would come out of you, but I am very
and then Corvin goes, also rocks. So anybody can throw a rock.
That is true. Anyone can throw a rock.
Like, you just have piles of rocks up there on top of the walls, and you just throw rocks, man. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have trained archers, but it's a lot cheaper and hurts more anyway. A heavy-ass rock thrown off the top of a hill. Because there's going to be like a bajillion of these fucking orcs, and we're just going to throw them down, rocks at them. Like...
I'm just imagining you being like, I cast rocks, and then people are like, oh, that's a spell, wait, and then you just...
Well, Corvin and their, newly formed magic corps will be shooting hand lasers and raining fire and whatnot, but it's also really, you can give an old man and a 5-year-old the same heavy rock to drop off of a... Gravity does all the work.
Oh my god.
Now, in addition to your soldiers firing off, one spell I would greatly enjoy or greatly appreciate if you could teach them, if at all possible, Firebolt. I had an idea with having flasks of oil or other flammable materials that we throw into the pile of enemies coming at us, and then easy enough to spread massive fires across all of their ranks.
Fun fact, I don't know Firebolt, but you know what works even better than Firebolt?
Go on.
A bottle of alcohol with a rag tied around it that you light on fire and throw.
Yes. We named
Yes,
the
I was gonna say,
Molotovs
I don't
something
remember
at one point. I do not
thing.
remember what we named Molotovs.
The Molotovs cocktails. It was something about Mew, I thought. But yeah.
Oh,
No.
that sounds right.
No, we're not teaching magic to light fires. Outside of, like, lighting a campfire.
Fair.
I mean, worst case scenario, I drop a fireball on something. Like, remember, none of these people are learning any level anything spells.
Yeah.
It's going to be it'll be
It's all
NPC,
cantrips.
non-leveled cantrips from my cantrip list.
Yeah. So whatever you have access to at the moment, what is your cantrip list? What do you have?
It's the damage ones will be like Chill Touch, Toll Dead, and Infestation. It's going to be a much creepier casting list than you might expect.
Infestation sounds deliciously terrifying.
That's only got a 30-foot range, though, so that's more of a... It's mostly going to be Chill Touch, which is 120 feet.
Okay. All right. So we will hopefully we will get as many people as possible taking your flyers. We will get those set up across the city to get any new recruits. I will have them taken to all of the other bastions, other watchtowers, to see if there's anyone willing to join your corps.
Speaking of which, I require the roof of this bastion for my training ground, both for privacy and so that no accidental explosions happen indoors.
You're requesting the roof.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
like like the not like the it's. I'm not expecting an angled roof. I'm expecting like the top of a rook, where it's like completely flat, like battlements kind of deal.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know exactly what you were.
No,
thinking.
it's my roof of requirement, so to speak.
I believe I can have that. I believe I can have that requisitioned for you.
And I need a small lean-to slash like desk space up there, so that's gonna be like my air quotes work room.
Very
My
well.
office will be a roof.
I begin drawing up the plans to have people have them build that. Just a moment. Sorry about that. But yes, I will have your requests taken up and properly situated. Thank you, Corbin.
Well, and can I get some sort of like name badge so that I can get on the building without casting magic next time?
Yes, of course. Teeth, what rank do you think I could give, what would be a good name or rank to give to Corvin so that there's no issue?
Archmage.
Okay, so, well, he certainly can't bestow the title of Archmage.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Magister is not the right word, because that's something different.
Yeah, magister is like magistrate. A magister is like a guy who does paperwork.
Yeah, and you.
Which I mean, I guess is kind of like what wizards do. All being a wizard is being really good at paperwork.
What about arcane instructor?
it's not really a title. How about how about
Bless you.
something general, not like an actual title of general, but like
Attorney General.
no, yeah, like that.
Arcanist General.
Yeah, sure. Arcanist General. That would give him the title of the equivalent title of. Let me see.
Do it Full Metal Alchemist style. I'm like a lieutenant. No, what is it that?
I don't know.
Alchemist is?
Mustang? Oh,
No,
what
he's a colonel.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for.
You're looking for whatever Ed and Al are.
No, so if you're a state alchemist, you get a equivalent military rank. So give me a sec.
I just can't wait for Corvin to walk by that front desk with the badge on and have like a pretty woman moment. Like, you talk to me that way? Look, see?
Yeah, so this is just going to be a whole lot of us doing
Oh, you're a major.
prep work.
So being a state alchemist is the equivalent of a major.
Yes, sure. Why not?
I think it's fun.
There we go.
You are functionally a major. All right.
But I will be referring to you as Arcanist, Arcanist Corvin, because I like the word
Word.
Arcanist.
If you're gonna use a title, man, use my last name. General
What is your last name?
Blur, Corbin Blur.
Ah,
The
yeah.
new Ledger Port Blurs. Just
Arcanist
like how
Blur.
your name is Caldus Blush Bleacher.
Blusher
But
and Blur.
honest-
If you insist
attorneys
on
at
calling me
law.
by name, call me by my first name, Arcanist.
Call me by my first name, Mark. No, Corvin. Now that I think about it, our names are very similar. My name is Bluchur. Bluchur. They aren't too far off, oddly enough.
Yeah, I don't think we're related though,
You're not.
because of the. And like I point, like I just gesture between the two. It was like the,
All of this.
like I just like, yeah, I put my hand in front of you and go the all of this and like move,
True, but in regards to your memory, it shouldn't be too difficult. And I will remember your last name as well. I haven't needed to, so I apologize. But yes, Arcanist Blur. I will make sure that everything is taken care of for your state of office. Or the state of your office, I should say.
Awesome. I gotta go write up some. Well, I mean, I'll do that later. I'm looking to meet everybody in like. How long do we have till this little siege?
They
about
said
8
they
days.
estimate 2 weeks.
All right, I want to meet everybody in 2 days. Right up there on the rooftop. In the meantime, I'll be writing up, lesson plans essentially. I'll be coming up with non-written ways to do non-written stuff for those who can't read. Contracts. Basic. You're not going to use this magic to blow up this city or Corvin. But first, I gotta go help Rose. Apparently, that little girlfriend of hers owes people money.
Oh.
I don't know what that's like, but I don't want to have that happen. So
Definitely, we don't want. I make sure there's no one else in the room, and I kind of pull us off to a corner and lower my voice. We don't want any loose ends on that side of our plate.
oh yeah, imagine if they find out that the two of us are. Yes, of course.
Yes, we don't want anything unforeseen. So I'll leave it in your hands. Thank you, Arcanist. And then do the thing, and then you are dismissed. And go back to doing my shit.
2-finger salute.
Okay.
And then
So, Arcanist General Corvin Blur of the New Ledger Port Blurs, you may have heard of it or heard of them, leaves the room nonchalantly, and Caldus returns to his maps, poring over them as one might pore over a good book. If only this was a mere story instead of reality. We turn our attention now to Colette, who is staring dumbfounded at the gorgeous, tall redhead in her doorframe.
So yes, the Black Oak, that sounds good to you?
Yes, of course it does.
Colette's gonna look at Riel and then look back to herself and her not super formal kind of casual dress and she's gonna is the dress code a bit severe? Should I change?
Well, you don't have to. It's really personal preference, if you ask me.
I am asking you. So you think this is all right?
I think it's just fine.
Okay.
She says with no particular inflection or facial expression.
Damn it! I was about to roll for like...
Unreadable. Her face is unreadable.
So like, you can't tell if...
slate.
I can't tell if she likes the dress or not. At all?
No.
Damn it.
So you're going to have, if you will have to accept her words on good faith, or reject them on bad faith.
No, I don't want to reject her words. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll just go with what she said, I guess, and stay the way I am. Damn it. Can I still roll an insight, or is she like, no matter what I rolled?
No, you can roll an insight.
Okay.
The answer is almost always going to be yes. You can try.
Well, I still want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Where are my dice? Oh, there they are. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, a 15.
Can't really say.
What would I have had to roll? Oh, hi.
That's classified.
Ugh, I hate the ASMR. Okay. So Colette's just gonna go. She's young and dumb. Let's go.
Please
Okay.
tell me she turns around and just sees Rose giving her 2 thumbs up and a giant grin through the window.
Colette's gonna look back. And like she's gonna see you, and she's gonna turn like a deep purple, and like shoo her away, so Riel doesn't see. Like shoo, come.
You just see Rose laughing and then her ducking back down out of the window.
After you.
You head down the darkened streets of Risha. A light drizzle begins, more of a mist. Nothing so strong as a drizzle, but it was not mere fog that coated your face as you walked from west to east toward the grove, and from the grove into the Black Oak. The Black Oak was a building whose exterior was made of nothing but black oak. Fitting name. The door frame was painted a dark mahogany colored paint, similar in although presumably made also of the same material. Roof was made of clay tiles, and a thick black smoke could be seen emerging from a rooftop. The winter had already passed, but there was a chill out, and you held yourself tightly against the chill. Riel approaches the door, opens it, and gestures inside for you to be ushered into the room.
Oh, she's a lady, yeah. Oh, thank you. And Colette's gonna walk through.
With an ever-present smirk on her face, she nods. You can't tell if she's winking or blinking because one eye is covered by an eye patch.
So, have you been here before?
Once or twice.
Is there anything you would recommend?
You sit down at a table with no more space than enough for 4 people at most. However, there are only 2 chairs at this table. Made of something sturdy. It's hard to tell if it's some sort of stone or a thick wood because it is painted over and has a wooden veneer, but it feels a bit more solid than wood. Seated next to the fireplace itself, you feel the warmth coming off of it. Although the fire has begun to turn to embers, they have yet to replace the wood in the stove. What do I recommend you say?
Yes. Drinks or otherwise. I'm still new to town.
Well, there's a nice selection of finger foods. Nothing too,
I don't laugh in character. She doesn't laugh.
Okay.
Why are you laughing about fingers? It's not like they said
What do you
finger
think?
Foods.
What do you mean? At least it wasn't lady fingers.
You can do a lot of things with fingers.
Oh god, this is starting poorly. Sorry, go on.
Finger foods, something along the lines of cheeses, some toasted bread with a spread of some sort. I believe an olive spread.
Oh.
And of course, there's always wine.
Oh yes, wine, most definitely. It sounds absolutely delightful here. So, please tell me a waiter intervenes.
You sit down at the table, and to your surprise, the chair is not uncomfortable. In fact, it feels almost as nice as an easy chair. Very deep cushioned and with a plush backing, so it's easy to relax. Almost like a lounge seat. A waiter does approach. A tall, thin man with a pinched face. Something of a haughty air about him. But if he is overly confident in his own value or station, he does not give you that impression in the words he says. What would you 2 ladies like for the evening?
I was wondering if I could see your, wine list?
Very well. We will have a wine list to you presently. He produces a list from behind his back.
Oh, thank you.
I will give you a few moments to decide. He turns his back. He turns to you, hands behind his back, clasped primly, and walks away towards another table. Something that is very odd about the room is that the lights are red.
Oh.
They are not an even stream of white or the flickering orange flame that is so common in gaslight. It's something else entirely. It seems as though it's some sort of it seems as though it is some sort of artificing.
Ooh. Well, he seemed rather professional, didn't he?
Yes, they are all very professional here. They know better than to interrupt us more than once a night unless we request them.
Oh, well, that's rather nice. That way they're not always interrupting the conversation or, pestering about. It's a good policy. Would you like to see the list?
Oh, I already have it picked out.
Oh, what are you getting?
I will let that be a surprise. I'd like to see what you get first.
Oh, drat! You figured me out. Oh, gods. Okay. Teeth, I have a question. Do they have categories, or do they just have like a bunch of fancy names?
They have categories.
Okay. What are my categories? What are we working with?
You have sparkling wines. You have white wines, red wines, and specialty wines.
Oh, specialty wines.
Such as wines that are only sold during a certain season, or different kinds of fruit wine, some stuff along that line.
I think Colette's a specialty girl. What's the seasonal?
Well, let me look up something.
Oh no. While Colette is while she's looking over the menu, she's like darting her eyes over to Riel to see if there's like any hints or clues as to what she's gonna order. She's just like, obviously she won't find any clues, but she's trying.
She's just studying the flame, and in an almost meditative state. She has her hands folded in her lap, studying the flame and studying the lights on the walls.
Teeth, let me know when you're done researching what you're researching.
Okay.
While we wait, I'm going to read some of the comments my lovely D&D party members have been writing me in our group chat. Bevan said order the fish tacos or the peach tart. Caldus said ask for a tossed salad. Corbin's character, Corbin the cat. I'm these comments. Oh my god. Apple bottom wine. Can I get a side of with the fur?
Apple bottom wine, some juice with the fur, please.
No. In chat, I see a comment that says, "Get the rump roast, y'all." Yo.
Order a fuzzy navel or like a sex on the
beach. No. Sex on the beach, a fornication upon the ground.
That's a sex on the beach, but made with whiskey.
Yes.
Like scotch, like smoked whiskey. It's disgusting.
No.
And again, gross.
Okay.
Okay.
A good seasonal wine for the spring is a Pinot Noir.
Oh. So these are real wines. This isn't like fantasy.
No, I mean,
I didn't know.
if it's not, unless it's based in a name that doesn't exist in this world, I'm gonna keep it. More or less the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
so champagne doesn't exist, for instance.
You can't do a Negroni. Spagliato with Prosecco. In it, 'cause Negroni is named after a historically figure. Spagliato was Italian.
Exactly.
I would very much like a champagne.
Gosh dang it.
Pinot Noir does exist, however. So it just means black pine.
Yeah. I don't think Colette would like something like that.
What do you think she would like?
I think she'd like a fruit wine, like a peach wine.
Okay.
Can I get a plum wine, please?
Plum wine is so freaking good, though. I will die on this hill. But I don't want to. I
Something
don't.
tells me that peach wine doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
In this unit, I was gonna say, like, you can make wine out of anything. Get a
I don't think that peach wine would exist in this part of the world. I don't think peaches grow here.
What fruit do I have to choose from?
You have strawberry.
Oh.
You have trying to think of another thing that might
Is there
grow
a
here.
blackberry?
Order the pop and
Blackberry.
cherry.
What'd you say, Andy?
Order the pop and cherry.
Damn you.
cherry wine.
Yes. So there is blackberry. There is
You know, I think she's a blackberry girl, so she's gonna get a blackberry wine.
Okay.
Be cute and order it as a brambleberry wine.
Oh.
Make yourself sound more provincial.
Oh yeah. But is it listed as brambleberry or is it listed as blackberry? Cause I don't wanna F it up with the waiter.
I mean, it's listed as blackberry.
Okay, she's just gonna say blackberry then. Yes, I will have a blackberry wine, please.
He hasn't returned yet.
God. Okay. She's gonna look up from the menu. Notice Riel just staring into the flames. And she's gonna say, "All right, I've decided."
All right. Am I your waitress?
No. I was just saying, oh, where is that waiter? Oh God, she's gonna call him over.
Okay. The waiter comes back to the table, nods exactly once, and allows you to give your orders.
Yes, I will have a blackberry wine, please.
Very well. And you, miss? Riel simply says, I'll have what she's having.
Colette's face, like she realizes she's been had. Riel didn't even know what she wanted.
He nods exactly twice and leaves in the other direction. Sorry, wasn't feeling very decisive tonight.
And here I thought that you always knew what you wanted.
I do.
Unless you're indecisive about wines.
I'm more decisive on more important matters.
Oh? Such as?
She smirks. But says nothing.
Fine. I guess you don't have to tell me.
So, what brings a girl like you to a city like this? I know that your god, Lucius, is very important in the heart of this country, but so far from the civilizing force of the Queen, we don't have as strong of a connection with the divine Lucius.
Yes, it is true that my god is important to me, but so are the people in this world. I'm not certain if you know or not yet. You may have heard my cohorts speaking of it, but we are those with the mark of the gods. And sometimes we are called upon to faraway places to do what we can and help those we come across.
It's very high-minded of you.
And what does that mean?
It means that oftentimes those who have been marked or tasked with divine purpose are seen as, well, let's just say we have certain, we may have slightly differing views about these sorts of things. As it stands, many people who have been tasked with divine service, whether it's been granted them or thrust upon them, well, they oftentimes are held to a standard that they can't live up to.
Question, Teeth.
Yes.
Is there like, do they have like little cups of water? Like the kind you get when you just sit down immediately?
Sure.
Colette's just gonna she's just gonna take a little sip before saying anything. And she's gonna kind of look at the water. And she's gonna say, you know, you have a very interesting point, and I can tell you have quite a keen and discerning mind. But take, for instance, this water. It's just a liquid. It can be life-giving and nourishing. It can grow crops and cleanse bodies. It can also flood and cause harm. It can also be unsafe seas and cause turmoil. It's a very fascinating thing that at its very essence...
Anywhere between $50 to $75 for...
Bevan, you're not muted! Gosh!
That's okay. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
Gosh dang it. But anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yes, regardless, it is just simply water. So yes, some folks who have the mark are cruel and do evil things in the name of the gods. But some are kind, and they make quite an amazing difference in this world. And I think it cruel to just judge it without thinking of the many facets of its life.
She shrugs.
Well, I think at the very least it's nice that you believe that. Maybe that means we'll do something with it. Unlike some folk that I've met.
Oh? Some folk that you've met?
Some folk.
It's funny you say those two dignified words in the same manner I say words when I stub my toe.
These sorts have done far worse than stub toes.
Yes.
Well, that's neither here nor there. Certainly not sort of thing that one discusses on a first date.
Yes, I suppose.
And she raises an eyebrow.
Colette's gonna blush a little. But she's also gonna look a little perplexed. If you've had such intriguing and how do I put this lightly? Frustrating encounters with folks similar to me, why even have a date?
Well, earnestness goes a long way towards earning my favor.
I see. She's gonna sip her water. Colette doesn't really know how to respond to this. She's just, you know, she doesn't really know what to talk about. Cause this lady doesn't like Lucius. Obviously. And she also doesn't like the Mark of the God folk. So it's kinda like what she's all about, you know? So, you seem to know this city quite well. What do you love about it?
I like that it's large and far away.
Far away?
She nods curtly.
Oh. I like the I like the foliage. The flowers are gorgeous. Here.
I guess you want something a bit more than that.
Well, usually in a conversation, there's an ebb and flow, but I don't think there's much you're willing to give up.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh! Oh, it's a 13. It's not abysmal, but it's not high.
Okay. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not from here, and the place I am from is not some place that takes kindly to people like me.
They don't take kindly to people like you.
Yes.
Question. Does Colette know what Riel is or like?
No.
Huh?
Aside from the fact that she is a 6-foot tall lady, you know nothing about her.
So she's gonna be very confused. Okay.
Yes. Well, you know nothing about her,
Yeah.
nothing about her history.
I
I mean,
see.
you kind of get a vibe from her.
I'm getting roasted in chat because I see a comment that says the foliage. Listen, I'm playing my character. What exactly do you mean? Folks such as yourself, beautiful women.
She blushes, although you're not sure if she blushed at what you said, or you're not sure if she blushed at your compliment or the comment people like her.
Oh dang!
Well, I'm not willing to go into specifics at this time, but let's just say that I grew up with a great many expectations placed upon me, and I couldn't live up to them. I can't live up to them. I refuse to live up to them. And she cools off a little bit, focuses on the heart of the flame at the center of the fire, at the center of the fireplace.
You know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. You've no need to apologize. I quite enjoyed you opening up, even though it seems like that must have been a very difficult time in your life. I almost had the exact opposite, really. No one expected anything of me, or for me to be anyone. I wasn't really noticed at all, despite, being bright purple horns, how folks can be. But while I don't relate completely, opposite, really, I know what it's like to dislike what others think of you, or the expectations or pressures they may have.
I don't think you really understand the truth of the matter.
Well, no, but I'm willing to learn whenever you're comfortable.
Maybe one day.
Do you have anything you enjoy? Any hobbies, books you read? Whether you prefer? What brings you delight?
I like high places. Standing at the top of something and feeling the rush of the wind as though it could just whisk me away. And I wouldn't have to be me anymore.
That sounds delightful, though. The air in your hair, the breeze, the wind. All of that sounds delightful, except for the part of not wanting to be you anymore.
I also enjoy a good book now and then.
Oh? Are there any you're reading currently? I too love reading. She has the sense of mind to not say what books. She's just putting it out there.
Oh yes, I've been reading the works of a political theorist from Novendrock.
Oh.
About the viability of a government elected by duly appointed peers, elected by a collective of the whole entire populace.
Oh.
It's an interesting concept. Nothing like that would work here, I don't think.
Oh. You never know. The world is full of surprises.
It's actually an older book because it's the basis of the government in Novendrock.
Oh.
But people over there chose to be free. People here have chosen to be bound to the whims of those with whom have been given gifts by the gods for whatever reason.
Oh.
Enslaved to magic, more or less.
Do you not enjoy magic?
Not so much the concept, so much as it is what it symbolizes.
And what does it symbolize to you?
Tyranny.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, it's fortunate someplace like it's fortunate a city like Risha is governed by somebody who has of yet managed to contain who has managed to act justly with his power, and fortunately he has no heir. So who would replace him? Who's to say? But the idea of power being given solely based on who your father or mother was, or whose god you sucked up to enough, doesn't sit right with me.
Well, I wouldn't say it's sucking up to a god. Personally, I truly do enjoy magic. I believe it is a wondrous thing that, like fire, can be used for good purposes or destructive. I believe it is at worst neutral.
Maybe. I guess I've just seen too many people scarred by those flames to believe it could be used for good.
Well, there are two sides to every coin. Just because we witness one does not mean the other isn't valid as well. I've seen a lot of wondrous things come from magic. Where I worked in the temple, we would heal many a person who had been harmed and had nowhere to go. I've seen awful wounds and pure miracles come out of treatment.
She nods. But those things have also been mended by modern medicine. The Novendraki have seen to that.
Well, yes.
I hear that they've invented something, that they're on the precipice of inventing something that will be even able to cure things like pneumonia or rot.
Yes, and that is wondrous indeed. But I have seen magic bring back the dead.
She raises an eye at this. I've heard of it. It's not terribly common.
No, it's not common, but it is a sight to behold, I'll tell you that. And she looks around to make sure no one's looking. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't even know if I told my companions. But I have seen my god. And conversed, not in dreams or the ways most clerics do. But I have at least met mine.
I've heard tales similar to yours.
You seem to be a woman full of thoughts, Riel.
Sometimes I think too much, I fear.
And you know, some of us could use more analytical moments. But how many times do you allow yourself to get out of your head and experience life?
I feel like I've been a passenger in life a great many times. For most of it, honestly. So, never, I guess.
Well, damn it. What? How about we do something fun? After we eat here, just something that you would like to do, to experience, to feel. Look around the city in a manner that enjoys it instead of analyzes it.
She gives this some thought, leans back in her chair, which is clearly not meant to be leaned back in. A bit more of that confident facade leaching into her mannerisms. Do you have something in mind? She raises her eyebrow.
It's a bit silly, but well, I believe we could all use a little bit silliness every now and then. Now, real quick, Teeth, what's the weather like? Is it cold? Is it like
It's chilly.
It's chilly.
And misty.
and misty?
Yes, not quite foggy, but lamplight does not totally pierce the cloud.
Okay.
Please do not ask her what the weather is like up there.
No!
As a tall person, it's never been fun.
No, I got this.
Okay.
So, you said you like high places, right?
I do.
How about we go look at the stars? Just for fun, just to look at them.
Is there a place that you'd had in mind for viewing?
Is there, Teeth, is there anywhere Colette would have seen, like, on top of a building, or, like, anywhere that could work?
Oh my god. Well, you do know that you have access to Southwatch, and Southwatch is has a high ceiling, and you doubt that you could get into Lightning Keep, but that is someplace you've been that is high up as well.
So Southwatch?
Southwatch and Lightning Keep are the two places you've been that are relatively speaking elevated.
But don't do Lightning Keep, do Southwatch.
I didn't say don't do Lightning Keep. I said that it would be difficult to get to.
Okay. Well, I saw that...
I'm not telling you what to do.
Okay. Well, I saw that Southwatch is pretty high up.
She snorts at that. You have access to Southwatch?
I'm a woman of mystery as well, you do.
She chuckles at that. Colette, my dear, you're about as mysterious as a naked flame.
You know, it's the ones you think you know that you don't know.
That makes no sense.
Exactly! Mystery! Do you want to get our food to go and just head up there?
I don't see why not.
I'm trying to ignore the things I'm reading while typing! Gosh dang it! Okay.
Right, and with that, we will cut to Rose.
Woo.
I did it! That was stressful as hell! Please take it away! Huh.
We'll see whether this ends up in tears or in something else.
Jeez.
Hey, you never know where things are gonna go.
Hey, yo.
So Rose, what are you doing?
Probably like faffing about / preparing for whatever the hell, because she doesn't know what this is going to entail. She's kind of preparing for fighting, or, she's kind of just spending the day like, well, all right. Guess we're doing this.
Okay. Greenie sits on the edge of your bed, hugging herself, head bowed low, somewhat hunched over. Not at all the way that you're used to seeing her. Somewhat confident, mischievous, like a trickster god of sorts. An imp. Instead, she seems uncertain of herself. The green of her eyes is somewhat less green than it had been. And her hair, while still beautiful, is more just blonde rather than the vibrant, shimmering golden locks that you had seen before. It seems as though something has left her. Whether it's real or in your head, you cannot say.
I feel like Rose would literally, around trying to prepare for the, whatever they're getting into, she would spend, she'd be trying to think of jokes and trying to think of silly things to get Greenie's mind off of what's going on.
Okay. Lay one on her.
I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Hey, have you heard the one about the authoritative guy that walked into the tavern? He ordered everyone around.
Oh my god.
What are you
She stops
doing?
rocking back and forth so much, but she doesn't say anything.
Corvin walks in and goes, "Did you hear about the wizard who was out of patience? He couldn't even conjure the patience to deal with your... God, I'm tired, you guys. I just had to write up 3 lesson plans and...
Oh my god.
training regiments and contracts and...
I like to picture that, Corvin just comes in and spreads themselves out on the bed, hand on their forehead, the woe is me pose, next to Greenie. Just oh, today, y'all.
On the plus side, I'm like a big cheese now down at the cracker factory, and I'm kind of important now, which is weird.
Excuse me.
I'm a big cheese in the cracker factory. I have to write that down. Hold on.
My god.
And thus, a new quote was born.
That's amazing.
There is nothing that Rose could say or joke about that will be half as funny as anything that Corvin will say. So she's
Just
be quiet.
Oh, I see you typing it, Diz. I see you.
I stopped because I saw you.
Okay. I thought we were racing.
Can I put that on a shirt? Is that allowed?
The top cheese of the cracker factory.
Who here wants to learn some spells? Who here doesn't know spells and would like some spells? Luya, you don't know any magic. You want to learn some magic?
So they just walk out of the room.
I just looked at him. And just walks out.
I can teach you to do this, and I pick up a cup from the other side of the room and float it over into my hand.
Luya looks back. You know, that might actually be handy. Come teach me. Show me over here.
You don't have to dig in toilets anymore. You can just use magic to float up the money.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking.
No, Corbin was laughing because he made an accidental mage hand.
Come with me so let's get out of their hair and walk. And I walk out.
I think we're supposed to. Okay, bye, Rose. Call us when you need us to beat up that person or whatever.
Just get dragged out of there.
I every time. Oh, sorry.
Well, the hour is fast approaching. We should probably head out.
Are you gonna be okay? Do you want a weapon? What can I do to help you feel more comfortable?
She smiles a little bit. Just you being there is enough.
Oh, that's gay. I wouldn't say that in character, sorry. Rose would kind of like blush a little bit and be like, well, okay. Walk out all pleased with herself, like, yeah, I'm her safety blanket. This is healthy.
So, Luya looks at Corbin. Where are you three headed? What is going on right now?
Well, my girlfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the greenie kind of owes people money. You know what? How much money do you owe?
Money.
Yes, she's got debts. But like, now that I think about it, how much debts do you got?
Yeah, like, aren't we like rich?
Are we?
Some of us are.
Some of us are.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
the thing is, I don't really know.
Oh, jeez.
You don't know what your debt is?
I don't know who my debt is to.
Oh, so it might not be money, is what you're saying.
My suspicion is it's not at all.
I see.
Which one of you is okay giving up a liver, just as a safety?
I'd like to keep the thing that keeps me drinking. I don't know if they know that in this age. I'm sorry.
Corbin's like, well, I hear that you can give away like part of your liver.
You know,
Still
Corbin,
work.
I think I'm just gonna keep mine.
Magic's
Thanks.
getting wilder every year.
All right,
Also,
so are you guys
overnight,
running off then to go
I
fight
already
these
knew
people?
it. Never mind.
What'd you say, Bev?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna go and because I have a scroll of magic missile, and I'm like, oh, I should probably add that to my spell book. I already did.
No. So we may not be fighting. It may not be a fight. We're gonna go in optimistically. You guys are just there as back emotion. There, you're gonna be there if you want to be back emotional support.
So we're gonna look
Emotion.
intimidating, or are we hiding out?
I think it would be better for you to hide. I'm pretty sure that they are very much not wanting the crew.
How are you on invisibility, Corbin?
I can do it a lot because I'm awesome.
They're good to go. So do you
Well,
wanna-
yeah, I'll jump in.
Jump. Let me just jump into this here invisibility.
Well, if it means fighting dudes and taking loot, I'm all for it.
just this quick little stealth mission that
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
we are historically all very good at stealth.
I have my beer dice. We're good.
Are they good? Will they be okay? Are they stealthy? Tune in
I'm
next
hoping.
week to find out.
The answer's no.
The answer is probably no. Thank you all for another amazing session. I love this campaign, like genuinely.
It also probably won't be next week.
Yeah, next
is
week,
Thanksgiving.
Thursday. Yeah.
Oh
Thanks, Gussie.
shit! It's Thanksgiving
What's
next
happening?
week.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I still
Oh,
need to go to
yeah.
the store.
Oh my god! I have to get so much crap. Okay,
Yeah.
The
don't
real
tune-
Thanksgiving Canadians.
don't next Thursday. Don't.
Okay, so no D&D.
Do not.
No D&D next week.
Yes. We will.
Do you mind if I plug?
Yeah, go ahead
Something?
and plug. What do
Is
you
that okay?
have?
Well, because I don't have family, so I don't usually go anywhere on Thanksgiving. I was planning on streaming Thanksgiving and Christmas again this year, and maybe possibly raising money for charity. I haven't figured out exactly what yet.
Hell
I've been
yeah.
sick and kind of out of it, but I want to kind of do that. So if you guys want to come by, just go to twitch.tv/discamp, give me a follow, and we'll see what happens.
Diz, you can always come here for Thanksgiving.
You know we're
No,
your
it's not like
family,
that.
right? You little shit. You know that you have a blood contract. I mean,
I was only gonna do
friendship.
it
I want to help people. You know, it's what I do. Kind of
Since
my
there's
thing.
only 5 of us, one of which is a child, I was only gonna do a turkey breast. But if you're gonna come, I can get a whole turkey. I do.
Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
Mashed
I really do.
potatoes
Love
and
your
mac
face.
and cheese.
Bevan is an amazing cook. We went to Karma's house when we all hung out, and her and Bevan cooked this amazing feast for all of us. So I'm just
I
telling
did
you.
like a soup out of just like stuff we found at the farmer's
It
market.
was so good.
Like it wasn't like planned. It was just, oh cool, they're selling mushrooms here. I'll buy some mushrooms. And
It's a good
we had
stew.
quail eggs. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna crack the quail eggs into the stew and then eat them, and it's gonna be good.
It
You
was
guys
very
live the
good.
Hallmark dream.
That sounds freaking amazing.
Listen, the commune would have lots of good food. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Folks,
Yeah, I have
Thanksgiving
to.
Day. Huh?
Oh, I was like, yeah, come on, I gotta go. I gotta go play the apparently the world's worst optimized Pokemon game.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Apparently-
Don't. All right, I'm
apparently
leaving.
tomorrow,
Goodbye.
yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, my stars. I never know what they're going to talk about. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. We had a ton of fun. Tune in December 1st. So not Thanksgiving, but December 1st. How in the world is this gonna go? Are they gonna be sneaky? Is Colette gonna actually have her first successful date in years? Tune in next time. Take care, y'all. And as always, may Lucius guide thee. Farewell.